Hello, hey, hello. Thanks for coming along. Nice to see you. Yeah, welcome again to another Friday afternoon hangout and hobby with me. Um, yeah, I'm just going to be painting up some things, having a chat, and hanging out. So nothing, um, nothing, yeah, too exciting. But yeah, please, if you're planning on doing any painting or crafting and you want some company, stick me on in the background and yeah, we'll hang out. If you've got any questions or anything, just pop a little message in the chat and I'll see those. But yeah. Oh, so today I am going to be finishing up the Lagatha that I started last time, and yeah, I'm going to be pottering on with some other bits and pieces as well. I'm just seeing if I can share this on my Facebook. There we go. That should have done something on my Facebook now. So okay, I'm ready to go. So yeah, so last week we were doing some tartar. These as a warm up. We're looking at Lagatha from Annie Basquiat Games. So I'm gonna just sort of finish up the shading and the base on her, and I've got her shield as well to prime. So I'm gonna prime that first, so it's doing its thing. I added a little skull onto it. I thought that would look quite fun. Like, yeah. So I'm going to quickly prime that and then get started with Lagatha. I've just got a bit of like brush on primer. That was sitting in my airbrush, but the airbrush needs a clean. It'll be very thin and awkward. Very thin. I might have to start with that. Let's try again. Yeah, another afternoon off. I also have Monday and Tuesday off. So I thought I'd paint for a couple of hours. And then I'm going to go and play some Assassin's Creed because I started that yesterday and now I want to finish it. Well, I mean, definitely not going to finish it in a day, but... Hey, hello! Hey, how are you? Hope you're doing okay. I've only been live for like 2 minutes and I'm already covered in paint. Right, okay, so we're going to do her base and then while that's drying I'll work on highlighting and low lighting, etc. Is it like stones and wood? So we'll do grey to begin with. So I'm just going to do the whole, I'm going to base it all in grey and there's some wood bits as well, so I'm going to paint them afterwards. So this was on a puddle, so like a thick metal sort of base to it, which I cut off as much as I could, but you can see that I've sort of tried to hide it with like some pebble in resin, like texture paint. Which I yeah, tried to hide as much of it as I could. So you'd never know. So normally, if I wasn't doing like a pre-made scenic base, I'd put this stuff all over it, and sort of raise up the area that she was standing on to hide the puddle, and I wouldn't have bothered trying to cut as much of it off as I did. But because I wanted to use this pre-done base, I had to think of a way to hide the excess metal. So the tartan as well is still really shiny from last week, because obviously I'm not going to varnish it until the whole thing's finished. But I have like a matte varnish that I use. So that should hopefully take away the shine and make it look a bit more cloth-like. Which Assassin's Creed? I'm going to be playing Odyssey. So I've not played them before, but I got Odyssey in the sale on PlayStation. So I started it last night. I'm on like level 5. I just killed my first like bounty hunter who was after me. Yeah, it's fun. I like that it's on Catalonia. I've been to Catalonia. It's really beautiful. So it's nice running around. Right, base grey's on, so leave that to dry. But yeah, I've never played an Assassin's Creed before, so this is my first go at it. I heard it was like more open world than some of the others. I'm used to more open world play from like The Witcher and things. So plus, yeah, it was the deluxe edition, and it was like £15, like digital. Hello. It was nice to see you for 5 minutes. Hey. I've not printed out Felfel the Goblin Witch yet. I'm getting to her. She's on the card ready, but I'm sort of having to do them in orders. So she's going to take a little while to get to her. I'm not really sure how the card. It's weird. I set them up in a certain order, and then when I put them on the machine, it reads the card in whatever way it decides, and it's like, oh, I thought they would be first because of the way that I numbered them, but no, apparently not. So I will get to them when I get to them. But I do have some to show, which I will do in a minute. Not now. Stop getting distracted, actually. Yeah, I have printed out some of them, and they're looking really good. I've only had one issue, and that was not to do with the actual print itself. It was to do with me not paying attention to what I was pulling off, and I accidentally pulled the end of her truncheon off. So I had to sort of half try and build one. I've got to like file it into shape. Yeah, I chopped right through it. It was silly. I've got like Raging Annie. She printed off really well. And Necromunda Angeli. I've got to give them a little bit of a clean. Some of them, there was still like wet alcohol on them when I put them in to be cured, and it sort of leaves a white powdery mark. So I'm going to see if I can sort of banish that away. Hey! Looking good, I need more Angelique cam. Oh, yeah, there's no Angelique cam, unfortunately, because of I'm using StreamYard, so it gets very confused if I have more than one camera. It doesn't seem to be able to let me have two cameras at once, and like the old OBS would pick up my laptop camera and this camera, but this one only picks up one or the other. So sadly, no Angelique face. I could try and stick my face under here, but I'm not sure that would be great for everyone. Just a really close up of my nose. Yeah, for anyone wondering what Els is talking about, it's this miniature here, which I'm going to start adding some paint to. So she is an elf rogue. She's part of the Dungeons and Diversity D and Diversity series that go with Mustang art. She did a combat wheelchair sort of stat book for D&D to allow your characters to still be amazing and in a wheelchair rather than it being a hindrance, which it shouldn't be. And then Russ Charles, who is a sculptor for Steamforge Games. He also did the Dungeons and Doggies and Cats and Catacombs. He took those stats and made some miniatures. So this is the Elf Rogue. And then they made the STL files available to buy. So I've been printing them. I made them a little bit. You can see I've made it a bit larger actually than. So this is a 32mm rather than 28. You can see that fits in there quite nicely. I just wanted them a little tiny bit bigger for painting. You can see that I've got to like try and clean that wheel a little bit. It's got some supports that got a bit stuck to it. Yeah, printing out really well. If I can get any closer to it. Probably not. Yeah, she's very cool. So I'm going to paint her up. And I've got some of these that need to be cleaned and then they need to be cured. So these are some of the Eldritch Foundry ones that we designed. So there's a sort of an orc magician type, and this one I called Iron Ball from Dragon Age, and this is Steampunk Sally. She's obviously very steampunk. She's sort of an Eberron-esque one. So I've got to tidy those up as well, and then they need to be cured. Yes, I told them that they needed to do a birdie one, but I couldn't think of a good. I was like, I don't know, birds and barracks. It's like, no, they'll all just be military birds. That'll be rubbish. But yeah, I'm still trying to convince them that they should definitely do a bird version, just for me. Like, literally, no one else would buy them. It would just be me. But I'll feel good about it, so that's fine. Oh, I also finished off the two Necromunders I was painting last week. So there's her. I finished her base, and I did some like, because they've got two. I put them on two bases so they stand up a bit higher. This is like some necklaces that I had from like when I used to do like dice jewelry stuff, and I just chopped them into segments and then see I super glued them around the base and then put a black paint over them and then some rusty paint Made it look like there was wiring going all the way around them. But yeah, I finished the both of them last week. They're very cool. 2 members of my team, and then I made a start on her. So hopefully I'll get a couple of them finished this week when I've got some time off. That's my plan. Right, that's a piece of wood. Yeah, I think I'm going to do some more like paint streaming on Tuesday. I'm going to take Monday just to play video games in my pajamas. But then use Tuesday to do some more painting streaming. So not got much else to do being locked down. Am I playing any mini games at the moment? Sadly, not. I don't even know how to play Necromunda, so I got Necromunda, these models, and some extras, the Death Maidens, and the Wild Runners and the Kitty Cats for my birthday, in the hopes of being able to play Necromunda at Warhammer World. That's probably not going to happen until next year. I am playing Blackstone Fortress. I will have a PJ paint party. Okay, but you won't be able to see. You just have to take my word for it that I'm in my PJs. Because you'll never know. But yeah, I've been playing Blackstone Fortress weekly, like on a Sunday afternoon. That's been pretty fun. And I do want to play Jaws of the Lion for Gloomhaven, which I have ready. I just need to actually sit down and spend some time going through it and reading. Yeah, sadly not a lot of games. I bought a whole load of new games like just before lockdown from work, but of course I can't play any of them because they're all 2-player plus. It's like, oh, sadness. I bought these so I could have friends, and now I'm just on my own playing board games. Just adding the first bit of the wash to the ground. It's going to take a little while to dry. Right, it's going to dry. What about you, Az? What games are you playing? Just work-based ones? Are you getting to play some others as well? Where is that brown I'm after? If anyone wondering where Terabithia is, she is downstairs. She's hanging out with the other birds, mainly because she is an absolute terror when I'm trying to paint. Doesn't understand that she can't eat the paint, and then gets very angry with me when I try and move her away from it. Doesn't understand that I'm trying to do a good thing, not a bad thing. She's like, how dare you? I was going to eat that brightly coloured thing on the table there. So she has to stay downstairs when I'm painting. Lots of work, those ones. Regular gaming time, yep. And I've fallen way behind on new games. Yep. Yeah, it's rubbish. Yeah. I miss, like, you know, I'd only just started like going regularly to Warhammer World, and they have like a paint session there every other Thursday. And I was just sort of getting into the swing of that, getting that into a routine. And then this happened. But yeah, there's no painting, and like they're really strict on the rules of like who can and can't go into Warhammer World now, and because of obviously tier 3. It's like, oh, really wanted to just play some games. I'm sure it'll be, well, who knows, next year probably will be when we can all, this time next year. Sadness. I'm just using the wash on her to sort of add some shadows in sometimes. Although I don't personally like it too much. When you're taking a photo, it's good to have that sort of very distinct sort of definition between the two sort of colours. It just makes the photos look better. I don't want to overdo it. I do all the time. Oh, thanks. Yes, it's nice to see you. Thanks for popping in. Enjoy the rest of your Friday and have a lovely weekend. Yeah, if you're up at 1 a.m. today, tomorrow morning, then I'm doing a panel in America. So if you've got insomnia at 1 a.m., do pop by and watch me do a panel. Oh, the things I do for work. Yeah, I think on Tuesday when I'm yeah, thanks. I'm actually just going to be asleep and paneling in my pajamas. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I'm sure I'll be a great moderator, half asleep. Yeah, I think on Tuesday I'm going to paint up some more stuff from Fat Dragon Games that I've printed out from my shop. So I did that last week. I think I did it off camera actually. I think I had planned to do it on camera and then didn't. But it's just a nice simple print, cool little knight. I do adore his cape there. It's quite, I got a really nice blend on that actually. It's well done me. Yeah, it's a nice little model. But yeah, I'm going to do some more of those. I've got this really cool beholder I want to paint up. Blah, 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 blah. I was so German, Italian, Spanish, Russian, and American students, so lots of chopping around. Yes, yes. Yeah, I didn't really do much for Spiel because I was knackered and I was like, you know what? I can't deal with all these time frames. Like I already have to like remember both UK and US. Like we have different titles coming out on different dates at different times for the different books. It's like, no, I can't deal with more. And luckily no one wanted to hear about Aconite books. There. More for them. But I did enjoy your streams. I had them on whilst I was working in the background. Right. Anyway, have a lovely weekend. Let's do. Let's put in some highlights on the pebbles. It's not fully dried yet, so although it looks quite bright, it should sort of sink into the wash a bit, so it shouldn't look quite so bright when it's dry. That bit will, because I just splotched it in the wrong bit of paint. Right, while I've got some white out, I'm going to just do the little dots in her eyes. Oops, a bit too much in that one. Whoops, a daisy. Right, I'm going to need to add some black to that one. Got a bit overexcited there. That one's all right. Whoopsie. Right, how's this doing? Put some brown onto that. think after I've streamed, I'm going to clean all this, and I am going to put like some black paint down and just leave that to dry. This brown is rubbish. Okay, right, that's going to be a... Yep, that's totally what I was going for, war paint there. Happy little accidents, as they say. Right, let's see if I can do this pupil now without ballsing it all up. Eyeballs are just the worst. That'll do. Oh, I just stuck my finger in black paint. It's very unprofessional. This. Brown is awful. Get as much of it as possible and start again. That brown. So, that's the one. I'm going to make the skull sort of a bronze colour, so it looks like it's been dipped in bronze. Leave that there. Right, how's this going? Second lot of wash over, which is going to be, I've got on military green. It's like sort of dark browny green, which I quite like for doing like stones and stuff, because it still has that, it's green but it still has that brown like undertone to it, so when it dries it doesn't look all bright, but it sort of makes everything look a bit more like natural. Bright yellow. I'm going to put some white into just do the top highlights in her hair. Stay on. There, I'll make her hair pop a little bit more. And that's all got to dry. The brown on that shield's got to dry, so I'll leave that for now. Okay, I'm going to quickly tidy up these things. I try and take off as many of the supports with my hands as I can. You sort of get a better feel for if you're pulling too hard on something than if you're using a tool. But most of them come away quite neatly, as you've just seen. It's the stubborn ones that you need to then cut off. as you can see, that all cut off pretty well. And then my fat grabby hands can't get into something. And you can see there I've lost a bit of the arm where I haven't supported it enough. So I have to go back and add extra supports for when I print it off again. Where's my big brush? Where's this one? So after I've cleaned all the bits off, I just get a wet. It's got like a bit of cleaning alcohol, and just sort of with a soft brush, sort of brush all the bits. And you have to leave it because if you don't leave it, you get these white bits on. So I'm going to see if I can brush off. What a satisfying noise! Yes, that like, yeah, that's it's a good noise. Let's see if I can wash off some of these bits. I doubt it. I could scratch some bits off with my nails. I'll just see if give it a bit of a clean. And it hasn't like affected the mini in any way, apart from when I take a photo of it, it's like, oh, and there's these white blobs because I was impatient and I didn't let it dry. This brush has got yellow paint stuck in it. That's my better brush. That one. Sorry. I made quite a few tieflings when I made these. I do enjoy tieflings. This one was very spiky, so I'm really impressed that I didn't like lose anything, which is very cool. It's all good. Right, next one. one again, very spiky, so lots of supports. Sort of go around and make sure you've got all the bits. I keep thinking these bits of smoke are like ducks. Like, it's like, why is he holding a duck? Oh no, wait, it's a smoke thing. I think it every time. That one. And finally, Steampunk Sally. Yeah, these are quite close to the model, so they sort of get stuck to it. So you don't want to pull too hard because then you'll make a dent in the model. You do want to get it all off. You've got to be gentle. And why I use a brush is to sort of get into like all of those bits and make sure that there's no bits that shouldn't be there still in there, because when I cure it they'll then get stuck and then it'll be a pain in the butt. You want to clean up as much of it as you can before you cure it as well, because it becomes harder but it also becomes more brittle. There. They're all ready to be cured. I have a machine that cures them for me. For the moment, I leave them to dry first, so I don't. But yeah, this hasn't really removed any of that white from this one, so she's just got lumps of white on her. But they don't sort of, they're on it. They're part of the resin. As the resin's dried, it's dried just like that. It's not like it's filled in the holes. Just me being impatient. Right, so that's clean. She's been, oh yeah, I need to tidy up her as well. Oh, this is fascinating. That these are the resin prints with the supports. Yes, yeah. So they're the ones that a couple of weeks ago I did like a how to support your minis in a 3D printer, and that's that's what the supports look like. And then you just sort of pull them off, and you can choose like the density, so they can be depending on, like for this size miniature, I just use the light ones. Like you don't need anything more than that, but if you're doing bigger things, like you want to put heavier ones on, and you can decide like how deep into the model they go and things like that. But like you shouldn't, like I said on thing, like I just use the auto ones and then just like play around with a couple of bits if they don't look like they're going into the right place. So this one I supported like at this angle, so that this bit which you're looking at is going to be nice and clean. Then the back, it sort of was the base, and then just this bit of the wheel. Oh, that bit of the wheel looks a bit untidy. But I love this mini. Right, so giving her a bit of a clean. Once she's dry, I'll put a base on, primer on her, and we can paint her. Right, what's going on with this Lagerfeld? She's almost done. I just need this to dry. Come on. Okay. Yeah, so I mean, you can't really see much difference, like I don't think on camera. Like this one, you can see is maybe a slightly different color, and that's because it's cured. Like I can feel that they're like, this one is cured and this one isn't. It feels just a bit soft. Yeah, so it's cured via UV. So I have like a wash and cure machine. So if I've got a lot of miniatures, I put them all in a basket and it puts them into a vat of alcohol, which has like a fan underneath it, and it spins the fan round and spins the alcohol round. So it cleans them really well, and you don't sort of have to get in there with a toothbrush and clean any part of them. So it saves that part for you. And then yeah, the curing is on the same bit. You take the vat off, and there's a little disc, and you just put them on this clear disc, and there's UV lights that go like along it, and then the disc is like here, and it just spins around, and then lights go on and cure them. And like these, like they take you a couple of minutes to cure. I normally put them on for about 2 minutes and then check, and if they need a little bit longer, put them on for another 2. Bigger pieces like busts and things I put on for 6 minutes. If you want it to cure all the way through, so like something like that, I would cure for 6 minutes, and then this one would just be 2 minutes. But yeah, the colour of the resin changes slightly once you've cured them, so you can sort of at a glance see which ones are and aren't. I used to cure, before I got this machine, I used to cure them in a gel now vat, because it's sort of just big enough to put your hand, like you put your hand into it, so you can sort of fit 1 minute in it that way round. You do that for 2 minutes and you flip it and do it that way, and that's normally enough. But yeah, now I can do larger batches, which is very good fun. But most people just use one of those now UV lamps. which I can grab here because I've still got it in the windowsill. It's just this. So normally you put your nails in to dry your UV nails if you're doing gel nails. And just all the LED bulbs, and you just put the miniature in like that, and it cures it for you. And you don't need big fancy things if you don't have the money or the inclination to own big fancy things. Right, like that. I'm going to do the black around the edges. Yeah, for sure. Like, so I did a dress. Let me get it. So I did this miniature at the beginning of the year, and the roses on her dress are done with a nail art technique that I learned, where you blob the two colours, and then you use a cocktail stick to swirl them together to make that rose shape. And there's like lots of really cool like nail art things that you can find on YouTube, and then use them for model making. Would there be a difference if the bust was hollow instead of solid? Yeah, so I would, if the bust was hollow, I'd probably do it for less time. I mean, it doesn't hurt it to put it on for exactly the same amount of time. It's just like, how much time are you willing to wait? It's only 2 minutes difference. But yeah, I've tried painting like this bust. I tried printing hollow, and it just didn't. Like, so this bit is hollow, but when you make it, because it's hollow, it has to have these holes in it to drain, which then means you have to try and fill these holes in before you start painting it, which I hadn't really thought of. So yeah, there's like a hole there and there and there. And I tried printing her out in hollow, and it just kept failing. So I decided, oh, it's not going to be too much more resin, really. It would just take a little bit longer. But it wouldn't be too much more resin to print her solid. Which just feels a bit more sturdy as well. I really love this one. And yeah, the white bits on it are because I was impatient with the alcohol drying process. I recommend that you wait. It just doesn't look as pretty. Like, once it's got paint on it, it'll be fine. Some tufts. Like a whole box just of tufts. Right. Let's try and do this then. I might glue it on and then do it, because I've got fat fingers and I'll mess it up. Oh, I never clean the top of my glue before I use it. Hey kids, clean your glue tops before you. There we go. Right, leave that to just dry for a second. So yeah, I added a Games Workshop skull to this one, just because I thought it would be more fun. Right, and I'm going to use this darker colour, this decayed metal, for the skull, and highlight it with the copper. I really like this decayed metal. I'll wait for that to dry now, and then I put the strong tone over, and then she is done. And that's my warm-up. It's been 3:15, an hour. Sorry. Just be cool. Focus. And then obviously I de-shine that tartan. I'm so annoyed. It annoys me every time I see it. It's so bright, shiny. And yeah, it's really shiny here as well. For some reason, it's just gone. I'm not a fan of shiny. I like it very matte. Now I just need that to dry. Done. Right, okay. The alcohol is dry on that. Daggone it. Let's prime her. She'll have to dry. And I can do some neck under while she dries. If I don't get around to painting her today, I'll paint her first on Tuesday. So just trying to keep it thin, but all covered. Otherwise I find that the paint chips off of resin quite easily, like whilst you're painting it sort of rubs off if you don't put enough primer on. Also, if you put too much, then you lose all the detail. What was the point? Right, she can dry. Right, okay, let's do some stuff with her. Bring these ones so I can remember what I'm doing. In case you've just popped in. So I'm going to do some of my neck commander gang now. I've done 2 so far. Just the tabletop standard, but okay. And while we've got this decayed metal out, I shall As you can see, I did a little bit of kit bashing, adding like random things that I had lying around to them, which is why she has a sort of banshee rose skull attached to her waist, because, you know, why not? Oh, thanks. Yeah, I wanted them to be like, so my favorite two colors growing up were like when I was younger, probably still now, orange and green. So I would like wear a green top and I'd wear yellow, and I'd wear orange trousers to it, or orange skirt, and then green shoes, or vice, or mix that around. And so I wanted my Necromunda team to all have that same oranges and greens. So I went with, and so instead of silver, we've got like bronzed. It's all sort of that palette rather than yellows and reds. Oh, I have I have so many going on. Like, yeah, I can't even show you my whole desk, but there's like, I've got some dwarves that I'm doing for Fenris Games. I've still got to do the base for. I've got some Blackstone Fortress minis that have been made but not painted. I've got some half finished Age of Sigmar Banshees. I've still got the rest of my Halloween jack-o'-lantern Chaos Marines. I've just got loads of 3D printed stuff that I haven't done anything with. And that's just what I can see right now at this moment. But yeah, I always have like 10 million things on the go, because if something's dry and I don't just want to be sitting there, I want like to be doing something else while I'm waiting. Yeah, yeah. So I've got like a double desk, so like two full-size desks next to each other, and it is literally just like the bit close to the wall is paints and materials and 3D printers, and then everything along the other side is things in various stages of just been printed to sort of ready to paint or being painted. It's crazy. I never have just that one thing. I'm always jealous of those people who are like, I'm painting this thing today, and then they sit down and paint that thing. And it's like, how you do that? How? I don't understand. I'm painting like 8 things at the moment. Right. Can't decide what sort of print I'm going to do on her skirt. Still have like an animal print. Let's go to sort of kind of leopardy. I need to like look up more prints that I can do small. I know like my matriarch is going to have like a zebra print. That'll do. This bit here. I think I'm gonna do red. I'm gonna do it bright red, and then I'm gonna tone it down just a little bit. What colour have I done the belts? Oh yeah, it's this colour. If I remember, I'm going to also prime up my big Space Marine so I can paint him on Tuesday as well. I've got glitter somewhere. It's going to be a mess. It's going to be glorious. That's that. Still trying. Oh. I want coloured on with this knife. Put silver on it now. Go with the blue. Red for the rose. Haven't quite decided on the colour for that skull yet. I might just do it normal coloured and then maybe put some like glowy stuff coming out of its mouth. Next thing is highlighted. Sorry, I've gone quite quiet. Concentration, trying to get this right. The only thing with not sitting down with these like and doing them just as a massive batch is that trying to get the colours just the same as Trixie. Oh. Hey, hello. Thanks for coming by. That's very nice of you. Hey, how are you doing? I am working on bits and pieces actually. I've been trying to finish off this one, which is from Bad Squiddo Games. It's Lagatha. It's still just drying some of the shading, but she's almost done. And then it's going to start painting up the D&D combat wheelchair miniatures. But again, priming is drying, so I'm working on some of my Necromunda girls. I've done 2 of them so far. And yeah, this is number 3. So yeah, just working on her. Yeah, just doing little bits and pieces really. We had a little chat about 3D printing and stuff. And yeah. Oh no, that's green. That's the wrong colour. Nearly. Great. Did I just pick up completely the wrong? Yes, I did. Put that over there. Phew, lucky I looked at my brush before I covered this whole thing in green shade. Yeah, it's just pretty chill, pretty chill. Ah, yay! Yeah, I have all of the files. This is the only one I've printed so far. And she finished printing last night, so I haven't paid her yet, but she's next in line. Have I got any plans for Halloween? No, because we're in tier 3 lockdown here in Nottingham with no alcohol after 9 o'clock and all sorts of special rules for us. So I'm probably going to stay in and try and convince myself to watch a scary movie, but I'm a big wuss, so it's possible that I'll check it out and just watch like Wallace and Gromit instead of The Curse of the Were-Rabbit. But yeah, it's yeah, it's going to be very, very quiet Halloween. How about you? Any fun things happening? Also for me, like I'm pretty new to this area. Like I moved in just before lockdown hit. It's like I don't even know like if people do like big Halloween things on this road. I've got some sweeties, but I might just leave them outside so that I don't have to interact with children. Yeah, I think I might just, I've got some sweets. I might just pop them in a bowl and like just leave them out the front and just be like, be nice. If you're going to take some, just remember there are other people as well. And yeah, but I don't even know if anything's going to happen, to be honest. It feels very much like a let's just not bother kind of vibe. Yep. So yes, I shall stay inside, hide away from everything. I have just started playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey, so I may just end up playing that all weekend. Because I started that yesterday and I'm instantly hooked. I need to play more. Ah, ooh, yeah, taste that. That would be interesting. Yes, American candies are, yeah, they're not like ours here. That would be interesting. Yeah, hopefully they'll arrive on time. Do taste testing. I remember bringing home like Hershey's Kisses, and just everyone eating them and just all being like, "Oh, oh, this isn't what we're used to." Being spoiled with our Cadbury's. It was a strange taste. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, it definitely wasn't for us. It was like, oh, bring that home, try that. It's like, no, don't. We've made an error there. That was a mistake. Definitely shouldn't eat that again. But I do like to like some whenever I mean I've not been in a very long time, but the last time I went out to America, I made sure I brought back just like the weirdest flavor of things I could find. Just like there was just cinnamon everything, so we brought back a lot of cinnamon flavored things. Um, and my dad quite likes the cinnamon taste, but even he was like, "It's too much, Angeli. Why you bought me all this stuff?" It's like, I don't know. They had cinnamon flavored toothpaste, so I bought you some of that. Some cinnamon hard candies, and some this, that, and the other. Yeah, I'm always intrigued. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It has like a weird texture to it. I think that's the thing that it's not smooth like Cadbury's. Like it was almost a little bit crumbly. I was just saying, Chris and biscuits and a cereal called Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Ooh. Hey, Ken. Yeah, there's always like I like the Twizzlers, but I can't eat them anymore because they've got gluten in them. But I remember eating Twizzlers and being like, this is quite tasty. Right. Ah, yeah, yeah. I can't. I haven't been able to eat it for like 10 years. It's very stressful. Though I did see like last time I went to America that like the options were pretty good for gluten free. Definitely better than I thought it was going to be. can't even remember when it was when I last went out there. But yeah, I remember the only thing I didn't like is that all of your bread has like fruit syrup in it. And that was weird. You can't even use shampoos with wheat as an ingredient. Oh, I'm not that bad. Like, it's only like actual ingestion of it that will give me some delightful internal bleeding. But I can, like, if it's non-ingestible, then it's fine for me. Oh, that must be really bad. Like, oh, I can't even imagine that. I've never got tested for celiac because they just tell you don't eat gluten. Yeah, I got tested when it first happened because I got taken into hospital, and so they tested me there because I was really sick. But I haven't. They say like you're meant to get retested like every 3 years, but the test involves you having to eat loads of gluten before you take the test because it has to see that the antibodies that are meant to be there are not there. And it's like, well, I know that if I eat gluten, it makes me painfully ill. So I'm not going to eat gluten. Therefore, I'm not going to do your test because I don't want to get ill. Like, and I know I will. Like, I'm not allowed to, like, on the NHS, you can get like bread and things, but I can't because I won't take the test because I don't want to get sick. So I don't get free gluten-free bread, or, well, subsidized, not free. Yeah, so I was diagnosed 10 years ago, and then I just haven't gone back and been re-diagnosed because I don't, until they can give me a better test. Yeah, it's just like, I'm telling you, I will get sick, so I'm not going to do it. Like, that should be enough to, like, to convince you that I am telling the truth. Like, it makes me sick, I won't eat it. You can't make me. I don't want to have to go to hospital. Right, let's put the shine on those bracelets. That would explain a pickup I did once, maybe. Oh, what, from the hospital? No, that was, I had an allergic reaction to diclofenac, or was it, no, metronidazole. When you had to pick me up from the hospital, that was because, yeah, I'd had an allergic reaction and had to get an ambulance in, but then hadn't actually thought about the fact that I was wearing my pajamas and I didn't have any money at all to get a taxi home. And was very grateful for that. That was, yeah. Do I like to do any other art? I do. I just don't ever get round to it. I do like painting, like traditional painting as well. I do enjoy like canvas painting. I'm not great at it, but I do enjoy it. I'm quite crafty. I do knit and crochet. Well, at least I used to. All of my stuff is in another part of the world, but I do like to stay quite crafty. My family are all quite crafty, all quite arty, so sort of always made sense for us to be creating. But yeah, I don't do nearly as much stuff as I would like to. I do occasionally do like some digital drawing, but I'm not very good. How about you? There. Yeah, I like to stay like crafty and doing things rather than just sort of always doing one thing. I mean, at the moment, I hardly get time to paint. Work is always quite busy at the moment. And sometimes I finish and I'm like, you know what? I just don't want to. I am tired and I just want to have a sleep, please. Oh, it used to be a watercress, but I burnt out on it. I made it my job for a while, yeah. Yes, I get that. Yeah, I used to do like loads of commissions for miniatures, like loads. But then yeah, by the end of last year, I was completely burnt out and like I can't actually do this anymore. Like I no longer get to paint for myself. I'm always painting for someone else. And it just became a chore. So I had to like take a step back from it for a good few months. I mean, I was also like moving house and things as well, so that didn't help. But it was like, you know, I need to find like the fun in it again. And I was doing lots of streaming, and then I felt like pressure to always be like streaming, and even if I didn't really feel like streaming at that particular time, because other people were wanting me to stream. So now I just do like these little Facebook lives, like as and when I feel like there's no like, oh, I'm painting this thing for X, Y, or Z. It's just me hanging out, painting some things that I want to paint, talking to people, because like I live on my own, so it's nice to be able to have small conversations with people, even though it's weird that they're, you know, a bit one-sided at the moment. But yeah, I did get really burnt out on it last year, and I thought, okay, this is sort of it. Like, I'm not going to be able to paint anymore. But luckily, I got through it and could actually continue to paint. Just had to sort of reduce and be sensible about things. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Like it was really draining. And it wasn't just like, because I don't have like a studio for it, like this is just my craft room that I'm in. I'd have to like take everything down and then put everything back up when I wanted to stream again. And I feel bad if I wasn't actually feeling up to it, but then felt like I had to because I'd advertised it, or like a company had sent me a miniature to paint on my stream. I was like, oh well, I've got to do it because they've given me this free thing. And it just got, yeah, completely overwhelming. So I find this a lot more stress free just being on like Facebook Live. Just be like, that's easy, I can do that. So one camera, just paint some stuff, chat to some people. Like I wasn't trying to like monetize it. So it's not like by switching to Facebook Live, I've like changed anything. Maybe my audience is a bit smaller, but actually that's fine because I know the people that are coming into chat are like people who've seen me send out the tweet, or people who already follow my Facebook stuff. So it's like, well, then like they're nice people, you don't get the people that come into chat like, oh, nice boobs, and you're like, oh, well done, congratulations, you're very funny. It's a lot more relaxed, I guess, is what I'm trying to say in a very long-winded way. And like at the beginning of lockdown, I was like, I'm not doing anything. It's like, I'm a wreck. Just leave me to be a wreck, please. I can't handle all the outsideness. Yeah, I didn't do like any painting at all for the first bit of lockdown. And now it's like, okay, well, this is the new normal. I'm going to have to start painting because otherwise I'll never paint again. And like the fact that I live near Warhammer World and things is like, it's, it kept me painting when I moved because I was right near somewhere where I could just go and look at all the pretty things and be like, oh, yes, I would like to buy these. And there was like-minded people all around. Back in the before times, people could socialize with each other. I'm only here to see some dry brushing. Well, you will be very sad then, Matt. It's nice to see you, sort of, virtually, because I'm not dry brushing at the moment. I might dry brush some silver in a bit when I do a base, so stick around. Maybe you'll see some dry brushing. I feel exactly the same. I sometimes get really angry when like someone will post something and it's a guy and it's like, it's an okay paint, like it's okay, it's nothing special about that. And then I'll paint something that's taken me like hours and I've really nailed the skin tone, and I'll get like 5 likes and this other person will get like 500. And I'm like, why, what's the difference? Like, it's just, mine is better. Yay! That's exactly. So I'm like a 20-minute tram from Warhammer World, um, which is very nice. Uh, and Cadbury's World, I've not been there since like 12 years, but that's very close to Birmingham. So yeah, come to the Midlands. Oh, well, Matt, if you ever want to get rid of them and save yourself some space, like, you can send them to me That's fine. I'll happily take them off your hands. If you're thinking, oh, what should I do with all of these minis? The answer is always send them to Angeli. Right, let's put the base black on. Oh, I love Bugman's Bar. I miss Bugman's Bar. Oh, I miss Bugman so much. I might have to book in for a substantial meal. Seeing as that's the only reason you can go there at the moment. The bases for them are really simple. So it's just black, and then I just dry brush some silver on, put a bit of shade, and then a bit of like a rust thing, and then old necklaces go around this bit so it looks like pipes. Very simple. Yeah, they're these old chain necklaces that I found in one of my random drawers. Oh, rubbish. And you just snip them into thirds, and then they wrap round very nicely with a bit of super glue, and then it looks like old pipes, which is very cool. It's got too much shade on it. Oh no, that had not glued properly. Rubbish. Right, put that at an angle and let that hopefully dry. Oh, put it at an angle. There. Ugh. Right. What else is? Right, you let that base dry. Move on to her. Let's get some base colours down. Yeah, I normally have like 8 projects on at once. I think they said there's no breakfast. I think I saw a post yesterday or an email. I got an email that just said like they were not doing breakfast for the foreseeable, and they were only going to be open from midday till 6 or something. I feel like that's what I read, but I mean, I could be talking complete and utter nonsense. And that would not shock anyone who knows me. Try and tidy up a little bit as I go, which is always something I forget to do. Right, okay, let's put some base colours down for her. Oh, thanks for coming by, Kern. It was nice to see you. It's like, wait, no. Yeah, it was good to see you, Kern. If only briefly. One day. Maybe we should book in for like a Bugman's lunch or something. I suppose we're not in the same support bubble, but one day. Possibly. Bye. I'm just going to get some base colours on this, I think, today. And then Tuesday I'll finish it off. Hopefully by Tuesday I'll have the other ones printed as well. Maybe I can just do a stream of painting these. Only issue is trying to get into those bits. It's irritating because it's like, well, no one's going to see it, so but it's like, I know. I would know. Those bits are definitely wooden. What other bits are there? The rest of it might be metal. They look metal. I flooded it. No. No. Finish off work for the week. I see you got a new role. I didn't. Like, I don't know why LinkedIn, like, all of a sudden just announced that. Because it's like, okay, but I'm still in the same job I've been doing since January. I think it's because Aconite didn't have its own LinkedIn page, and I made one for us because I was like, we really should have one. And because my profile had already said works for Aconite, when Aconite Books page came along, it went, oh, this must be a new position within this, and then like announced it to everyone, and I saw like loads of people were like liking it, and I said, but it's the same. I've had this same job. I haven't been promoted. And one person who did like it was Andy Jones, who is my boss. It's like, oh, but I mean, that it's not new. So no, I still have the same role that I had in January. I'm hoping, come January it'll be my 1-year evaluation. I can ask some more money, possibly. Because I mean, at the moment I'm managing like all of our IPs across the whole of the company. We're looking to hire someone in the US to be like the Angeli of the US. So hopefully I'll be able to like split some of the properties up. So like, they can deal with Ubisoft or Marvel, and I'll deal with Ubisoft. Just so I've got a little bit less stress. They are something to have to deal with. There is only one Anjali. It's going to be very difficult. I mean, I get to interview them, so like, who knows Anjali better than Anjali? So we'll see. We'll see what comes along. See what the US can offer us. But yeah, we do need someone really in that time zone, because then they can do the 1 a.m. panel that I've got to do today, because it's 7 p.m. Mountain Time, which, as the clocks have not done anything at that end, means that it's 1 a.m. for me. And I'm moderating the panel, so I do have to be there, otherwise there'll be no one to ask any questions. So that's, yeah, stupid o'clock. All these metal bits I'm just going to paint brown. It'll be easier, and then I can just put metal over the top. Yeah, but the job is going well. It's all very exciting, cool stuff happening, so yay. A lot of people interested in the stuff that we're making and wanting us to make novels in their worlds as well. Oh, I'm making a mess of this. Ah, well. Luckily, it's just base colours. It's just base colours. Right, what's the time? Oh, 4 o'clock. It's quitting time, I think. Might come back to that a little bit later. Let's do a little dry brush for Matt, and then we'll call it quitting time. Eep. Are you ready? There you go, Matt. That dry brush there, that's for you. Oh, 7, crazy. Can barely make dinner for 1. That dry brush there, that's for you. Right, okay, I think I'm going to call it quits there. It's like, yeah, 2 and a bit hours, 4 o'clock, because I can get some dinner started and then play Assassin's Creed until midnight when I have to do a panel. But thank you everyone for coming along and hanging out with me. It's always nice. I'm probably going to do some more streaming on Tuesday because I have the day off. So do watch out for the streaming message coming through. And if you're available, please come and hang out with me. Probably doing more of the same. So some more Necromunders, some more D&D Diversity minis, some more warm-up stuff. I also have this lovely beholder I want to paint up. So yeah, I'll see you later. Thanks for hanging out. Bye.